You know, Jason Ford made a video the other day, and it was over water. And what he said in the video is just literally, it's shocking. I mean, because he reported the truth. He told us exactly what was going on. And if this is happening over in Germany, you can only imagine what's taking place here in America, because it's sold in the stores. And this stuff flies off the shelf. I mean, just like candy does. It's reported commonly that Roundup is found in the urine of people. Can you imagine that? Roundup that alters DNA. Oh, mercy. I mean, can you imagine water, urine, Roundup in your body? You know, our liver is just literally being destroyed. I mean, the liver is one of the largest organs that it is, and its function is to process and to purify things in the body. And so your liver needs a lot of attention in order for your body to run at an optimum healthful rate. And I mean, but I tell you what, this stuff, I mean, I love listening to Jay Snip Ford, because, man, he helps me catch up on a lot of news and stuff, but I don't know how much more I can take. Not of his reporting. I mean, I don't know how much I can take of the murder and the genocide that they have committed on us as a population. I mean, it's just off the chain. It's Roundup. And now, understand this. Those of us that are informed, we already know this. That not over 80% of America, or if not all of them, are on some type of narcotics, on some type of pharmaceutical drugs, which, guess what? When you pee, it goes off into what? The municipal water supply. The municipal water supply, again, puts an extraordinary amount of chemicals. They take the water from lakes, rivers, streams, and they put all kind of chemicals in it and everything. And of course, when you look at all the narcotics and all the chemicals and all the all the pharmaceuticals that we put into our bodies, all people are doing is just recycling. Do you know that there are trace amounts of birth control in the water? Now, hey, very, 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 very good video that Jason Ford put out. And I commend him for doing his best to keep us informed. I mean, because a lot of people, they just simply don't even want to hear it. But I do want to hear it, because I care about my health as well as the health of the people who listen to me. I really, truly do. Now, since we understand that, you know, the municipal water supply and every bit of water that's going on, I don't care where you are, it's tainted and stuff. What can we do? Well, people have different recommendations, and of course, they put stuff in different orders. My order is, number one, distill water. Then number two, reverse osmosis. Most people would disagree. Most people would put reverse osmosis first, then distill. But however, let me give you my reasoning. When you go outside, and it's amazing because we have 4 seasons here in Tennessee: spring, summer, winter, and fall. And when you go outside, and every time it rains, you're looking at nature's distillation process. That's what you're looking at. And of course, the advocates of reverse osmosis, what they'll say is, you still have minerals, you still have trace minerals that are still left in the water that are not filtered out, and that's the reason why they'll put reverse osmosis first as opposed to distill. And they say, well, distillation, it takes out everything, and it does. But when you look at nature's process and stuff, and then you look and see how it rains, it hits the ground, and then these trees that was lying dormant during the winter and stuff, and they have these seasons. And it's amazing how even during the spring and summertime, when it rains and it hits the ground, the grass that was dry, it turns green. Why? All by nature's distillation process. We should be getting our minerals through the soil, which we can't do that today because we live in a toxic environment. I mean, all the farmers that we so-called know today, what do? They use chemicals to kill weeds. And then they continue to keep spraying pesticides, herbicides, and all kind of other stuff. And these leach into the leaves, into the vegetables and stuff. And again, now we're eating them. Not only are we drinking pesticides, herbicides, narcotics, pharmaceuticals, and recreational drugs, but now we're eating them as well. So what is one to do? what does one to do? Well, you have to take charge of your own health. That's the reason why I keep telling us over and over and over again. You have to start to learn how to grow your own food. I don't care where you are. You can use container gardening. Even if you're inside of a housing community, you can use container gardening. But yes, it is true that the distillation process does take out every single thing. But again, you're supposed to get your supplements, you're supposed to get your minerals, your vitamins and stuff through the soil, through the food that you eat. Now, we around here at Straitway, we have to actually supplement with natural herbs in order to get our minerals and vitamins. So we're not too much worried about as far as the water. But the good thing about distillation is if it strips out everything, the one thing that it does do when you drink it, it also strips out and removes an extraordinary amount of impurities from your body, from your liver, from your bloodstream, from your system. And so it's taking out the bad from it too, which is a good thing. And you can put it back in when you eat your own healthy food that you grow yourself, the soil that you're familiar with yourself. And of course, reverse osmosis is right behind it. I'm going to take you into my kitchen and show you the reverse osmosis machine that we have, because we do drink that too. But I also wanted to let you know that, hey, distillation, reverse osmosis, we're for both of them. My personal preference, I will take the distillation as personal preference first and foremost over reverse osmosis. Then I would do reverse osmosis. I think Brother Joe had said that normally water that comes from the municipal water system is in 250 parts per million, and then by the time you go through the reverse osmosis stage, then it's down to like some 8 and 10. But if you go to distillation, it's 0, and that is actual and factual evidence. I just feel sorry. I feel sorry for all the people who, we all assume that when we drive to the grocery store, we get out of our car, we're going into the store, we assume that we're receiving products that are going to be healthy and beneficial for us, not to know that, hey, you people must hear this, that our system, our government, whatever they may be, they don't make money off a healthy population. They make money off a sick population, including the stuff that they call certified organic. Even that has to be regulated by the Food and Drug Administration and stuff. So you really can't trust it. But what you can trust is what you put in the ground. What you can trust is what you feed your cattle. What you can trust is what you grow and what you do yourself, and the beef you raise yourself. You can trust that. And while we can't eliminate everything, because the chemtrails that are sprayed all over the skies and everything else, and just crazy stuff that are going on with nature today, we can do our part in order to eliminate, if not eliminate, minimize the amount of destruction that is being perpetuated upon us as a people. We're in a literal war. And the way you win this war is with knowledge and with understanding. But, wisdom is applied knowledge. And whenever we get up here and we make these videos to you, you must apply this in order to see the benefits of it working. You must apply this knowledge if you're going to see a change in your lifestyle. I will tell you that there is nothing, and I go to a lot of cities, there's not one thing about those cities that I actually look forward to seeing, much less living in. Not one thing. Not one thing. I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee. And it's a big city. And I've been to many, many major big cities. I've been to Los Angeles. I've been to New York. I've been to Houston, Texas. And I've been to Florida, many states and many cities in Florida. I'm at Raleigh, North Carolina. I've been to a lot of cities, big cities. Chicago and Detroit. I've been to a lot of cities, and there's nothing about them that I like at all. Now, for a while, a long time, I've been living out here in the country. I have a spring-fed creek that runs the length of the land, and I tell you what, when I wake up in the morning, I hear birds, the wind. I don't hear a bunch of sirens. I don't hear a bunch of cars blowing. I don't hear a bunch of hollering and screaming and all this stuff. And I'm happy for it. I breathe what we can call fresh air, which is really not that good. But hey, I tell you what, I would not trade this environment and this lifestyle that I'm glad that I had the opportunity to choose and live for that city life for nothing. I wouldn't think about ever living in a city, not ever again. And it's just, hey, it's just a better choice when it comes to life. Let me take you into our kitchen real quick, and let me let you see the machine that was given to me as a gift. Okay, YouTube, we're here in my kitchen right now, and my wife, Sister Carol, has set up the reverse osmosis machine in here. Now remember, my first choice of good, clean water would be a distilled water, or the distillation process. which I explained to you earlier, reason why. My second choice will be a reverse osmosis. Now I want to show you the type of reverse osmosis system that we have. There are a few out there on the market and stuff, but this particular reverse osmosis system right here is Nature Spring, and you see how big this system is. This was given to us by Sister Cindy Bridwell. Now, Sister Cindy, it was given to us as a gift. Sister Cindy paid $700 for this particular unit right here. And it probably cost us, I think, anywhere between $150 and $200 for the filters. And we usually have to replace them either once every year and a half or 2 years, something like that. But what happens is that, you know, we have a jug right here. And this is one of those fancy jugs right here that is BPA free. And it's a 1 gallon jug right here. And of course the triangle at the bottom has a 7 on it. This right here is the process where the reverse osmosis water goes into itself. This right here is the runoff that is coming from the machine in order to process the reverse osmosis. There are 3 different filters in here. Now, it takes about 6 gallons of water to make 1 gallon of reverse osmosis water. That's what it takes in here. My recommendation is for you to try to find a reverse osmosis machine, something like this, but this is my second choice as far as water. I explained to you earlier why my first choice is distilled, but we wanted to show you again, it takes about 6 gallons of water in order to make 1 gallon of reverse osmosis. And also, this is not the type where you go into these stores out here and they run a blue light through it and you think you have reverse osmosis. That's a sham, it's a fad. So we thought we'd just bring it in and show you what we use ourselves. Hallelujah. Now, there are many different units out there that you can obtain as far as the reverse osmosis units goes, as well as getting a nice distiller too online. I mean, there's an extraordinary amount of companies out there that can accommodate you, but that's our personal choice because we choose not to drink the municipal water supply. I mean, after all, we don't have it anyway. We have wells, deep wells, and we have natural springs here, but even at that, we still filter our water, even though we have wells and springs, because who's to say with all the herbicides, pesticides, narcotic pharmaceuticals and stuff that people are doing, who knows what people are dumping in the creek or the streams, you know, upstream or something like that. So we choose not to take any chances. And I hope that some way, somehow I've been able to inform you and help you out some way. But you do need to drink good, healthy, clean water. You need good, clean water in order for your body just to even function right. The majority of us Americans don't even drink enough water a day. My recommendation is to drink at least 1 gallon of water a day. That's my minimum amount of recommendation. Of course, you may get dissenting views and opinions and stuff. And hey, don't think just because somebody has a degree in something that they're a subject matter expert. Experience is more than likely is better than anything. And that is the truth. So this is what we live by. This is what we do. I hope it has been able to help you some way.